Part 2 of Module D1, Descent into the Depths of the Earth. Now, their next encounter was this big, giant, mega cavern system. It's a drow outpost with a bunch of other races. And so the battle did not go so well. It took many, many sessions to make it through this one encounter. They went in guns blazing and retreated, and then they came in again and tried sniping the drow. You can see the piercers and the mimic. And there's the room with all the gargoyles. There's a nightmare, the purple worm. There's a spell that they cast which produced the crippled child. They used Transmute Rock to make mud flats that sunk some of the trolls. But, you know, there's a lot that they didn't see because they didn't thoroughly explore this cavern system. So there's a lot that they missed, including this whole mushroom area. They just barely touched that, which had violent fungi and shriekers in it. But, you know, there's this whole area full of bugbears. I had the bugbears use lights. Everything else had infravision. Yeah, that's another change I made. In Veins of the Earth, there's like 12 levels of darkness. I made this, all of the DQ series, level 2 darkness, which meant that elves and half-elves infravision worked. And, yeah, so... Alright, I got some... Okay, so I got some pictures of the battle here, in mid-battle here. It took many sessions to run this, so I took pictures. So at one point, Notpick cast Summon. In Lamentations, all the monster summoning 1, 2, 3 spells, they're a first level spell. And this spell does not allow you to call like a demonic horse. Instead, they allow you to call an eldritch abomination, which has a random appearance. In this case, it was a balloon demon. But when I looked on Roll20, the closest I could find to a balloon was this hot dog stand. So we used the hot dog stand to be the balloon demon. There was also a fire-breathing snake demon, which was really handy against the trolls, but that was just randomly generated. They didn't know that he was going to call a fire-breathing demon when he cast the spell. Butte, you can see the mud mark on him. That's because at one point he got the Black Urine of the Deceased spell cast on him, so it was covered in black urine, which gave him the powers of an undead, which protected him quite a bit. And in fact, it was miscast on him, so he became permanent on him. He was permanently undead. Okay. So that's one picture. At one point, they hid out in this cave and summoned a snake demon to guard the entrance for them. And niCKoLai is the dErOs character. niCKoLai, he didn't cast anything. He walked past a dancing light spell, and one of the illusions he failed to save against, so it attached itself to him and became this hostile lamp that kept bumping in the head, but it was casting light that only he could see, so he could see by this lamp. Butte, at this point, because of Veins of the Earth, he had gotten this ability to increase a sense of feel. So much so that the less clothes he wore, the more he could feel. And so he took to going around naked so he could use his naked vision, which I used by giving him some dimly lit vision that casts a long, long way so that he could see things that were far, far away, but just not see them very well. But niCKoLai had these dErOs conspiracy pills, another magic item, which would allow him to hear what the players were saying around the table, and I increased his vision up to 1,000 feet, brightly lit. So, but it would only last for one game session, or one day, whichever ended first. Yeah, so there are lots of things, including the Sphinx. They were making jokes about this. This cave has everything, including the kitchen Sphinx. And so here they are, hiding in there. A character got killed. The Gnonman, and so the player's new character was an Alef-Adal, which I made to be like a fighter magic user, like first edition. So he was basically a first edition fighter magic user, which meant his chance to hit could improve like a fighter, which was a big advantage, and he could do magic. Yeah, Angel, and one of the players had a magic item that caused Tippett to merge with his good twin. He was the evil twin. He merged with his good twin, became this vampire, angel, devil creature. And see, the good twin was a cleric, and he was a magic user, so he was now a cleric magic user, but he couldn't progress in magic user until his cleric levels caught up with his magic levels. But this meant the party had a cleric, which they didn't have before, but eventually, after fighting all this, they had to run away. They found the pack lizards of the Drow and stole them and rode away on them. So that was the end of D1. Probably, you may have read, I posted logs. At one point in D1, I started keeping logs of what was going on. I didn't start at the beginning of D1 keeping a log, but in order to keep track of what was going on, I started making a log. And so here they are. I have posted this online on occasion, so if you look, you might find them. So that is D1. Descent into the Depths of the Earth, Part 2.